asking someone to understand them, you are getting to know the heart of the person, because when you know their reason, you kind of understand who they are as a person, right? And so when it comes to drawing closer to God, we're trying to get to know the heart of him. What's poppin', people? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to draw closer to God. Now, this topic is going to take a few videos in order to fully get what I'm saying, because saying it all in one video is going to be overwhelming. And if I do it all at once, it may be kind of confusing. So we're just going to break this up into parts. So this is going to be my first ever series on how to draw closer to God. So I'm excited. Hope that you're excited. If you are, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, go ahead and share this video with a friend, someone that you know can benefit from this video. And now we can get started. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm back outside because I did a poll. You guys said you preferred it outside, and I want y'all to know I am in the smack dab of the heat. The sun is directly on me right now, which is good lighting, but I'm sweating, so I'm doing this for you guys. All right, so the very first thing that you need to do in order to draw closer to God, I find to be the easiest and most effective way, is to ask him questions. I know I've said this when it comes to hearing God's voice and developing a relationship, and all that really just coincides, but I'm gonna break down what it means to actually ask him questions, because the responses that I get a lot of the times are, well, doesn't the Bible say you're not supposed to question him and blah, blah, blah? Like, yes, you're not supposed to question who he is and what he can do and like his promises and all that. But you can ask him questions like, why am I going through this? Why do you have me in this season? Not in like a combative, argumentative type of way. It's more of a question. You're questioning it to get a more understanding. Because when you're asking someone to understand them, you are getting to know the heart of the person. Because when you know their reason, you kind of understand who they are as a person, right? And so when it comes to drawing closer to God, we're trying to get to know the heart of him. Once you get to know the heart of God, you realize that the things that you are going through, the things that you have to put up with for now, or the blessings or the, delayed blessings, you'll understand that it's all for your good, because you're going to understand who it's coming from and who's causing the delay, which is the Lord. So asking him questions. When I say ask him questions, I'm talking everything. Put no limits on the questions that you want to ask. You can ask, why am I still single? Why am I living with my parents still? Why didn't I get into this college? Why did this happen in the Bible? Why do you do this for men versus women? Why do women have to go through things? Like, whatever questions you have about life, go ahead and ask God, because he created life. He knows all, he sees all. So he's going to have the better answers for you than anyone ever. So it's just beneficial for you to take all those questions to him, no matter how minute you think it is, no matter how insignificant you think it is. Like, he actually cares. And once you kind of wrap your head around he cares about my insignificant questions, you're going to be able to draw closer to him, because now you're going to feel comfortable to come to him with literally anything, not just questions. You'll just be comfortable coming to him about your day, catching him up on things like he doesn't already know. Like, you're going to be comfortable just communicating with him. Sidebar, I don't have my glasses on, so I really can't see if like this line is like cutting my face off, or like this line is cutting my face off. I don't know. Hopefully it's clear. If it's not, I'm so sorry. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't really see. So we're going to continue anyway. All right, back on topic. And believe it or not, God actually wants you to ask him questions, because the Bible does say ask, seek, knock. So obviously he's expecting you to ask questions, because we're human. We're gonna wanna understand why certain things are happening. And you guys know, like, think about it when you're in school, you're learning a new subject. You have to ask the teacher questions on something that you do not understand in order to get full understanding. And in life, God is our teacher. So in order to get full understanding and, to understand why we're doing something, why we're not doing something, why this person left, why that person stayed, like, we have to ask the teacher, the one who created the curriculum and set it up for us to learn it, okay? So again, do not be ashamed in asking God a question. Don't think that you can't. Like, it's literally in the Bible. And also, when you ask questions with a desire to understand the heart of him, not just to be combative and just, question his every motive, like you're really just trying to get understanding, you are drawing closer and closer. Because I don't know about you guys, when I have a question or something that's on top of my head and I really want to get understanding, I'm a dig. And I'm going to find the best answer for me. I'm not going to manipulate the answer. Like, I'm going to actually search and dissect and try to understand until I get full clarity. And I pray while I'm asking for clarity. So as you are asking God these questions, ask him to give you the wisdom and discernment to know when he answers the question, how he's going to answer the question. Because I tell you guys a lot of the times, if you watch my video on how to hear God's voice, I say do not put him in a box. So when you ask God a question, don't expect the answer to come from one person or one thing, like a pastor or a sermon or a song, like whatever. Just be open to the answer coming from movies, books, TV, friends, children. Like, it really doesn't matter. God's going to use whatever vessel he wants to use to basically get the answer that you're looking for. You just can't be so blocked and have a wall up on how you're going to receive the answer, because now you're just putting limits on him. And God doesn't like limits, so he's more likely going to make you wait. He's basically going to make you wait because now he has to teach you patience and endurance, and he has to teach you to not put him in a box. So just sell that right now. Do not put him in a box. Be open to receiving a message and answers from him in all different platforms. All right, we moved. Hopefully that gets rid of the shadows that were happening because I saw them. I don't like them, and hopefully this is better. I'm still sweating bullets for you guys, but hopefully this is a lot better. Another thing to basically remember when you're asking the Lord a question kind of goes with what I just said previously, and that is to have patience and endurance for the answer. So a lot of times when we ask God questions, we kind of have a limit, not just on how to receive it, but when we want to receive it. And when we do that, again, it's another form of a limit. Putting a time limit on him and putting like a limit of receiving on him, those aren't good, and he's going to make us wait even longer because, again, he's teaching us endurance and patience and to just trust him and his timing and to trust that he will answer it. Because a lot of times when we put time limits on anyone or anything, we are trying to rush somebody, or we're trying to hurry up and get an answer because of what we're going through, and that's low-key trying to tell that person we don't trust your timing, so we're going to put a time on you. We can't do that with God. If you're in business, that's a different story. If they're your children, you're a parent, whatever, that's a different story. But when it comes to the Lord, you can't put a time on him because, again, he knows better than we do. We may think we do because we're like, we're actually experiencing things, and we need the answer in order to get through them, and we need the encouragement right away. It won't happen like that. Like, you just have to wait until he decides to give you the answer, and it may not be today or tomorrow, and it could be instant. You never know. Again, no limits, and let him do whatever he wants to do, and we're gonna be fine. Another thing to kind of take note of when you're asking questions, do not stop yourself from asking questions. So like if you're like me, when I ask a question, it kind of provokes another thought, and then when I get an answer, it provokes another thought, and then I have more questions trying to get understanding of all these things, because it's just a whole lot to consume, especially if you're asking questions about your personal life, what your purpose on this earth is, who am I supposed to be friends with, who am I supposed to remove, why did this person have to die, why did they have to leave. Like, once you get one revelation, you're going to ask for more revelation because you know he answered the first time. So again, no limits pretty much on anything. That's probably the theme of this video. Do not put limits on your questions, on how to receive the answer, on when to receive the answer, and don't put limits on yourself when you get more questions that come up because you got answers to the first question. That just means you're drawing closer and you're getting more curious. So like for me, for just a brief example, like when I went to the Lord about questions and I had a question about a certain thing, that's literally what jump-started me having a relationship with him and not just religion, because as I'm trying to look for answers, I'm getting to know him. So I'm reading certain stories, I'm understanding things differently, I'm picking up on, key pieces of different, how words are used and who said what in the Bible to kind of understand God more. So again, when you are asking the Lord questions, when you're trying to get clarity, when you're trying to get revelation, you are literally getting to know the heart of God. Like that's what's happening pretty much. And the more you get to know the heart of God, the more you're going to fall in love with him, because you're going to see that everything he does is for our benefit. We may not see it, like, we have parents or whatever, like we could be in the car when we're younger and we may not want to buckle up. We don't want to, put the phone down while we're driving, but they're going to tell us to anyway because it's for our benefit. We may not realize it until we're older, but eventually we're going to realize it and we're going to be grateful for it. And when you're grateful for something, you just have more love for that person because they have you and good intentions in mind. So hope this video was helpful. This was just the part 1 of how to draw closer. First thing, ask questions. Go to questions, do not limit questions. You can have 100 questions, write them all down, go to him about them, and he will answer them. Just no limits. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and do not forget that from now on, 5-Day Fridays are going to be on my IGTV on Instagram. I'm going to be posted on Fridays between 12 and 5. So you have to follow me so you stay updated when I post, because there is no specific time. It will be random and a surprise for you guys, because it'll be just on time to get your weekend started. Once again, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you on Instagram. Bye.